So now we're going to get more into conversions with these measurements. This one's going to be a little bit more tangible, a little bit easier to have a nice method to work out, unlike the last section, which was a little bit, you just had to figure it out. So we start with what we call which is bigger problems. So the important thing to figure out is, in order to compare 2 tons to 3,000 pounds, we have to be able to compare them to each other. And actually, the best way to do that is to get out your computer and you go to google.com, which I'm already there. You type in the word convert, and then you type in, for this problem we're working on, tons to pounds. So I convert tons to pounds. And I figure out that 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. Therefore, 2 tons, if that's equal to, like we're looking, 2,000 pounds, then 2 tons would be equal to 4,000 pounds. And so now, instead of 2 tons, we have 4,000 pounds versus 3,000 pounds. Therefore, 2 tons is bigger. So I'll show you that again. Now, this time we got miles to feet. So I go in here and I go convert miles to feet. And it tells me that 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. Therefore, 2 miles, well, that means I have to do that twice. So I go 5,280 feet times 2, which is 10,560 feet. And now I figure out which is bigger. Well, that number is bigger, therefore 2 miles is bigger. So now here on the bottom, we have our last section, cups to gallons. So I'm going to convert cups to gallons. And this is where we get our problem. Now, we have a decimal here, 0.0625. Well, that doesn't mean anything to us. Therefore, instead of going cups to gallons, we're going to convert in the opposite direction, gallons to cups. Therefore, 1 gallon is equal to 16 cups. So here we have 3 gallons. So we're going to go 3 times 16, which is 48 cups. Now we're comparing these two numbers. 48 is bigger than 8. Therefore, 3 gallons is bigger. All right? Now, I want you to try these on your own and see how they go. So, we have gallons to quarts. 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. So 3 gallons, that's 12 quarts. 12 is bigger than 4, so 3 gallons is the answer for the top one. 3 feet to 30 inches. Well, 3 feet is 12 inches times 12 plus 12 plus 12, which is 36 inches. Therefore, the 3 feet is bigger. And then, now this is where it gets a little tricky, 3 miles or 1 million inches. Well, we're going to have to go miles to inches. That's 63,360 times 3. That's 190,000 inches. But 1 million inches is bigger. That one is larger. All right, so that's how you do those types of examples. You convert them to the same type of measurement, and then you decide which of those two things is bigger. Now, which is bigger using the metric system? Now, this one we don't actually always have to type in because we know that centa means 100. So 5 meters or 438 centimeters, well, that means that we're going to take this times 100, which is 500 centimeters, cm. Well, 500 is bigger than 438, so 5 meters is bigger. So we have, now it gets a little tricky. 18 kilograms are 6,000 centigrams. Well, I'm going to convert these both to regular grams. Well, that's 1,000. So it's 18,000 grams. And centigrams, that's smaller. So we have to divide by 100. So that becomes 60 grams. And now 18,000 grams is bigger than 60. So 18 kilograms is bigger. That's where it gets a little tricky because I don't know what a hectoliter is. So I'm going to just use Google for this one. So I'm going to convert hectoliters to, is it milliliters? Yep, milliliters. Right there. Which is 1 hectoliter is 10,000 millimeters. So that means I got to add 5 zeros here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 million is bigger than 67, so 30 hectoliters is bigger. So the metric system is actually a little bit easier here. You can still use the Google conversions to help remind you, but if you can just have those memorized, it'll make your life a lot easier. So I want you to try these on your own and see how they go. For this one, 3 centimeters is 30 millimeters. 35 is bigger than 30, so 35 millimeters is bigger. This one, 75 kilograms is 75,000 grams, which is bigger than 7,000. So 75 kilograms is bigger. And finally, the last one, 62 centimeters to 1 meter. Well, 1 meter is 100 centimeters, and that's bigger than 62. So 1 meter is bigger there. Alrighty, now for candy, make yourself a conversion guide. So if you make a guide with all of the conversions that you use in IXL or on this video, you will then get candy, and you get an amount of candy based upon how good your guide is. Alright, if you have any questions, like always, ask me. If you